Hello, this is Wendy.
Welcome to another vlog. This time, because I told you in my previous vlog that I was going to talk about how I got to have this book from Mr. Doy Laurel, right? So, yeah, I'm going to tell you why I have fun thinking about that afternoon. Because, it's not all the time. It's a very rare opportunity to have that kind of experience. A long time ago, like really a long time ago, um, I was working with a law firm back in the Philippines because I wanted to be a lawyer before. I was working as a paralegal, and part of my task was to schedule these interviews for Mr. Nick Joaquin, the national artist for literature. He was commissioned by the law firm to write a book about the legal profession, the legal luminaries in the Philippines. Of course, when you talk about the legal profession, the legal luminaries, Mr. Doy Laurel comes to mind. He is one of those people who can talk to you about, this profession. We had the former Chief Justice Narvasa, uh, Senator Drilon, all those. Anyway, so one afternoon we scheduled an interview with Mr. Doy Laurel and Mr. Nick Joaquin. They've known each other already before. Mr. Nick Joaquin is known among everyone that he does not work. He cannot work without a ice cold San Miguel beer. So definitely, when we go to an interviewee, they will be preparing San Miguel beer for him already. That's his energizer. So off we went to his house. Mr. Nick Joaquin that time was living in San Juan too. So the company car and driver and I will go to his house, pick him up, and go to wherever the scheduled interview will be. With Mr. Doy Laurel, we scheduled it in his house, in his residence, also in San Juan. So we were escorted into the house and we were escorted into the family library. In that library, there's a big table at the far end, and then bookshelves all around. The hardwood kind, redwood kind of library, and so many historical memorabilia around. So it was amazing for me. I mean, I was fresh from school. I was hoping to be a lawyer. So to be in that situation, to be in that surroundings was just too much for me. And then he had this coffee table near the door, so we had the interview there. And then after the interview, he suddenly got this book. And you know what's so special about this book? This was his biography, written by no less than Mr. Nick Joaquin, the national artist for literature. So this is an old book of his, an old biography actually. It doesn't matter to me because the significance and the story behind it was just, too much for my young self then, who I was fresh from the province, and then, to be working in the law firm and to be meeting these people that I only read in books, I only heard about. And then he got this, and then my words are now full of, I'm excited. He wrote this. I think I also showed it in the last video. To Wendy, with whom I enjoyed an afternoon of fun and laughter. Doy, February 11, 1999. So I was fresh out of school. Not really fresh. That was like a year and a half after graduating from university. So I was already working for a time with a law firm, And then we got this project with Mr. Joaquin, and then we lined up these interviews. So February 11, 1999 was the day when Joaquin had this interview with Mr. Doy Laurel. Of course, this is, he could write this to everyone, but this is a very charming one. But to be given this book and to have this kind of note was just awesome for me. I was very ecstatic. I was so filled with admiration. Even without this, I'm actually a fan of the man. He is one of the last statesman that we have. You know, we have a few. Do we still have statesmen left? But for me, I really consider him one of the last statesmen of our time. So this is a very precious book for me, and I consider myself lucky to have been given this book. So thank you for the memory, Mr. Joaquin and Mr. Doy Laurel. If you like this video, please don't forget to comment down below and let me know what else you want me to talk about in my vlog. And please subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell button so you will be updated of the upcoming videos. Thank you.